Trenz is the president of HighNet Associates, one of Hawaii's top web marketing firms. He's going to talk first about social media. Tom has developed over 400 websites here in Hawaii. You'll find out once you hear him talk, he's originally from Germany. Says he's from the border near France. His love of great food and great wine. HawaiiNet offers web design, SEO, internet marketing, and social media consulting. And Tom's a frequent presenter, so we're thankful to have you here today. Tom's Trenz, hello.
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me well? Yes. Okay. So, can I please see all your cell phones? I know you think I tell you to turn them down, but I don't. Okay. So, are you guys ready? Because for the next 25 minutes we're going to Twitter, right? But nobody tell them we're going to do that? You actually thought I would talk to you? Social media, we don't talk anymore, and anyway, you wouldn't understand me. My accent in German is so strong that I sometimes don't understand myself. So anyway, okay, I get all your attention. Social media is all about communication. And I'm really glad about the panel that we had today, and I'm very glad about that all those speakers came first, because in the end it comes all down to different communication, to different ways of communication. And I have another little game for you. I please really need to stand up. All of you, please do me a favor and stand up for me. Okay, great. All the way. Great. And now do me a favor and touch the person to your right. Either give them a hand or touch them the way you can touch them. Just keep this connection for a moment. Okay? Alright, that's it. Yeah, that's important. Okay. So, now I can see something what you can't. I see who is connected. I see the whole room, all the different connections. Right? And this is what social media and social media networking is all about. Thank you. It's so early in the morning, and I really wouldn't be here. I'm not a morning person. I told me I'm a sleeper, so I had to be here anyway. But what I try to do is almost impossible. Social media is such a big topic, and originally I thought I had 25 hours to talk to you, but then they told me it's only 25 minutes. So it's going to make it even challenging. I had 4,000 slides to show you, and I put them down to 40. So let's just go very, very fast to some of those slides, but I have some questions for you first. Please, can I see a hand? Who has right now a Twitter account? Twitter is not a bad word, right? Just for you who don't know, it's like social media, okay? So who is using those Twitter accounts and is actually tweeting regularly? All right, who have a Facebook account? Hands up, please. Wow, great, okay. And who have more than 50 friends in their Facebook account? Yes, I like that, Hey, you're social media experts. You're up. I don't need to talk anymore here. Great. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Who has a LinkedIn account? Okay, that's a serious speaker. All serious people. All right. So who have more than 50 connections in LinkedIn? 100 connections. 500 connections. Come on. One? Okay. Anyway. So the connections are important. Whatever, much more important is what is the quality of your connections and what are you doing with your connections? What are you doing with the different social networks? So what I try to do in the beginning, I just give you some little ideas. What has happened in the last 2-3 years and why social media is changing our lives. And why, when you have spent your money for advertising and then you have any other communication base with your customers explored, at the end, social media is really something what is driving people to your website, can drive people to your business, but it's much more important to really look at what are your connections, what can you do with them, and how do you communicate with the people you care for, your customers and your network of professionals. Alright, I have to bore you with actually the definition of social media. A lot of people don't know, but I think it's really important. At its most basic sense, social media is a shift in how people discover, read, share news, information, and content. It's a fusion of sociology and technology, transforming monologue, people, one person to another talking, into dialogue. More than one person is talking to more than one person, or talking to many people, and it's the democratization of information. That is a really important part. When we get information in the news, when you get information in the radio, there's no democratization because it comes from one source to us, we can believe it or not, right? But it's not democratic, because democratic would be when we tell everybody and everybody else have opinion, and we look at this opinion, then there's a democratization of information. So with social media, you put something in YouTube, and suddenly you have 60 million people watching that, and they talk to other people, they go in blogs, they have their opinion about it. And this opinion comes back to you. Suddenly you see if people agree with you or not. And it's instant, and it's free. So there is a big, big potential what we can do with that if you understand what to do with it. Social media has become extremely popular because it allows people to connect in the online world, to form relationships for personal and business purposes. Having a website and being found on the internet was yesterday. That's the basics. If you don't have a website today in business, if you don't do any kind of marketing, you will be soon out of business. Because just the business goes so fast, people need to see you, you need to be distinct. Today we're talking about being digitally distinct. What does it mean? If you Google my name, you will get around 17 pages. Something what I have done in the past. By the way, there comes another thing, online reputation management. You need to make sure that all this, what people find about you is good. Right? There could be some other stuff that you don't want to be in the internet. And if something is in the internet, you will never get it out. To get information out of the internet is almost like try to get out pee out of a pool. Impossible. So what you can do, you can flush it down, right? So you can put more water in it, so it will be diluted. With information on the internet, it's the same thing. If you find the bad information about you at top, you need to put a lot of good information on top that this information goes down. You cannot get it out there. No way. And it's interesting to see how that goes with social media. You need to be careful what you put in Facebook and in Twitter and in all those mediums, because this is not your content anymore. You sign in your agreement that this content is now the possession of Twitter and of Facebook and of LinkedIn. That's a very interesting point. All right, so let's go to some of the networks. First of all, there are more than 40,000 social networks right now, and somewhere in the world, every day they create 15 more. So it's impossible to oversee all these different networks. I will concentrate just briefly on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube in the short time we have, and I really encourage you to ask me questions. Give me your worst fear, give me everything bad what you ever heard about social media. I don't care, I can answer it, because I'm not hypeful about social media. I think it is really important to address that, because people will communicate that way with you, and if you don't communicate that way with people, they will go to somebody else who will. So it's the same way you would tell me, because my English is not perfect and I have a strong German accent, you don't want to talk to me. Right? It's the same thing. You probably wouldn't do that realistically. So you need to talk in the same token to your customers the way they want to communicate with you. It's that simple. Either you do, and you will create customers and followers and people, they like to do business with you and like to be connected with you, or you don't, and they go somewhere else. So it's a rational business decision to do something with social media. And the good news, it's free. Right? So after you have done your budget for your advertising, for your marketing and all that, you have invested all your money in advertising, right? There comes additional, a very important part, what you can address, and it doesn't cost you money. However, there's not such like a free lunch. It costs you time. And time is money too, right? You need to put time in that. And let me tell you one thing right now. If you have a Twitter account, or if you have a LinkedIn account, and you think, oh, everybody has a LinkedIn account, I need a LinkedIn account too, and you have 3 connections and you don't do anything with it, and it's like 3 months that you were there last time, or 6 months, close your account. Because if you